Hello, what is up, everyone? I am back with another interview with someone who I've looked up to, is a mentor to me. Even if you don't know it, you absolutely are. This is Gabrielle Wimer. She is with Ventura PD,
Yes.
and I will let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am a crime scene investigator, and Jessica is right. I am with Ventura Police Department. I've been doing crime scene investigation for over 15 years now, and I absolutely love it. And I didn't know that I was one of your mentors and or someone that you look up to because right here you are amazing. So
You're too kind.
I can't believe we've only known each other for 3 years. It should be longer.
Yeah.
But if you ever need anything like with photography, this should go right here.
Oh, thank you. No, like I really do feel like you have inspired me a lot. Actually, I think how I found you was through your podcast, The Walls Do Talk, and kind of starting to get to know you through your social media and just like through the things that you've posted. So hearing your stories through Spotify, but then meeting you in person, like I don't know, it felt really cool to actually get to like develop this friendship. And I know I'm rambling a little bit, but you absolutely have been a mentor to me, even if you don't know it, but you gave me so many little nuggets of advice that I take to this day. And so I really appreciate that from you. But yeah, if you guys also are not following her podcast is the Walls Do Talk podcast. It's also on Instagram at the Walls Do Talk, and I will tag that down below. But are you ready to play our game?
I am ready.
Okay, so
I'm nervous.
it's nothing
sweating.
bad. Okay, so this is the kind of the game that we've played before. It's high low buffalo, and basically, you have 15 years of experience in crime scene, in forensics, in law enforcement. So we're going to start with a high in those 15 years, I know, or highs,
Okay.
and then something that's a low or just low points that you've experienced, and then tell us something random about you.
Okay. Awesome. So, okay, let's start with the high.
Start with the high, yeah.
Definitely the high. And this has happened more recently. We helped solve a cold case.
That's amazing.
So being a part of the team doing cold case investigations, like as a crime scene investigator, we're not detectives, but I was able to be like right there in the mix. And it took us about 3 years to do this and to actually see it come to life and identify was probably one of the highest points of my career. Also finding like a fingerprint
Yeah.
on a was a robbery homicide case and having identified and testifying to court and having the conviction, and that was probably a high, one of the highs. You're just like, oh my, we did it.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the lows. One of the lows. We experience a lot of lows. A funny low, or it's like people that can relate to this is I was super sick, but I was on call, and I was
Yeah.
new, and I was not about to say like I can't be on call because I'm sick because they're thinking we are bullshit. So I remember my phone rings and it's a fatal traffic accident, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm coming in." So I down some Dayquil. I get out to the scene. I'm like barely there. I get through the scene. I do the photography. It's freezing cold because it's winter. And I'm like, oh, I've made it. So
Yeah.
I finally get like, it's not a homicide. Cool. Only a few hours. I get back home. I crawl into bed, and 15 minutes later, my phone rings again.
No.
And that is like the absolute low.
Yeah.
Because you're just tired, you're struggling, you're in pain, and you can't believe this is happening to you.
Yep.
And that's that point where you say, why, God? Why? Why to the crime scene gods? Why are you doing this to me? Like, I'm
Yeah.
on death's bed and you want to call me out again?
Yep.
And I went out again. So that was definitely a low for me
Yeah.
because you're just pushed to your limits.
Oh, absolutely.
And you just think, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why did I choose this career?
Yeah.
I love it, but why am I here?
It's one of those moments when you think, this is what I have chosen to do with my life.
Yeah, and it's horrible.
And you start questioning
Yeah.
all the things you've decided.
And you look at your partner who's in bed next to you, sound asleep and cozy and warm, and there you are having to freaking get up and put your uniform on in the dead of night. You're like, oh,
And
yeah.
your head's probably like disconnected from your body.
Yes.
You've got your sinuses are all plugged,
Your
and
throat's on
oh
fire.
man, and you feel like death.
You feel like death.
you're
Yeah.
pretty much your own victim at your own crime scene at this
I'm
point.
gonna process myself.
Yeah. You're like, somebody take photos for me. Yeah. I've definitely felt that, been there. It's god awful when you think like, okay, let me just rest for a day for like,
Yeah.
get a night's sleep, and boom, your
Yes.
phone rings
You
like,
just think,
oh man,
I just
okay.
want to get through. Let me just get through this, and then it's something else, and then it's something else, and you think, oh my gosh, another low. And I've fallen asleep before at a traffic light, and that's super
Oh,
dangerous.
yeah.
Once again, early in my career, it was like nonstop homicide scene, autopsy the next morning, and I remember getting like home or to my car, and it was 8 in the morning, and I get on my way home, and I get to the traffic light, and I wake up, and I had been asleep at that intersection for I don't know how long. And
Oh,
luckily, nope, it
wow.
wasn't a busy intersection. It was
Yeah.
early in the morning. But that's a low. You
Wow.
shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But
That's tough. It definitely happens though. And but that's tough, and it's, yeah, been there,
Yeah.
done that. Yeah.
Lessons learned. Don't ever push yourself that hard.
Right. Yeah. So for all of you guys who are getting into the career, like, make sure you sleep,
Yeah.
I think I talked about it in my last video. Like, you guys you have to sleep. Sleep is
Yeah.
super, super important. And,
Yeah.
in the beginning, would you say like in the beginning of your career, maybe you pushed a little bit harder than you should have?
Oh, absolutely. Because you're new, you want to prove yourself, you want to show that like you're durable and that you can go the limits. So just like being afraid to say like I really am sick, I don't feel well, like I physically can't get out of bed. Like now in my career, there's no way I'm gonna tell people I'm sick.
Yeah.
Take me off call. I cannot do it. But in the
Right.
beginning, like you want to show up. It's a team. You want to be there for your team. You don't want to let down the department. You don't want to let down your partner.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of push through whatever you can.
Yeah.
And now like some of the self-care goes out the window. But as you get older in your career, you think, okay, your self-care comes first. If you're
Yeah.
gonna have a successful career and stay happy and healthy, your self-care comes first.
Right.
So
Oh, absolutely. It's such a dichotomy, and I think it's hard because, we looking back on a career like 15 years, you think like, wow, how did I get here? But it was a lot of those sacrifices that were made early on. And, it's hard to go back and say like, oh, I would do that differently, because
Right.
you know like the type of person you are, and like that you would do the exact same thing.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. So we now get to our last question, which is buffalo.
Okay.
And that is just something random about you. Maybe people don't know, but I'll let you take this one away.
Okay, so random about me that people don't know, but it does pertain to crime scene and outside of crime scene. I smell everything. Like I smell her microphone right now, but I smell everything. I think scent is huge with just humans and us, and especially in the world of crime scene. So like I would say the other day, that was like last year. The detectives are like, we found these black cowboy boots in a locker. There's no evidence tag. We have no idea who these black cowboy boots belong to. And I'm trying to think who the heck of my suspects were wearing black cowboy boots, and I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. And I'm like, what else was in there? They're like, oh well, we found this cowboy hat, and they pulled a cowboy hat off. And I'm like, that is a funky cowboy hat. And I'm like, can I see it? And sure, I pick it up, and I'm like, I smell it, and instantly I remember. I'm like, it's that
Wow.
tall dude who was on cocaine that stabbed his roommate wearing this funky old musty hat that I collected. I remember, or that
Oh
I
my God.
photographed. And they're like, how did you remember that? I was like, because the hat was so funky that I smelt it. And I remember that smell is musty and old. And it was purple. With his,
Goodness.
and now I remember his black boots. It was a tall guy that stabbed his roommate while on cocaine. And they're like, you're right. It is it. They figured it out. But it's because I smell everything.
That's wild. Well, I mean, scent is is very tied to your memory, so that is that not surprising, but that's
And the other thing is,
hilarious.
I'm double jointed, so
Okay. Was not prepared for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to see something
Nope.
gross?
Nope. Nope.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, people know I smell everything, and I have double jointed elbows. So there we go.
Two things I did not know.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I didn't necessarily need to see the double jointed elbows, but there we go. Oh man. So a lot of things, that you've done over your career, and I'm super excited to see the next steps, and I know you have some things that are in the works and are being planned.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to see where that is. And if you guys want to know more, follow her at The Walls Do Talk on Instagram and wherever you can find podcasts. So thank you so much for taking
Thank you.
time.
Yeah.
And like, I know we're at a party. Sorry,
I
you
know these
guys.
kids you hear
Yeah,
probably
but
saw my eyes like giving them the eagle eye from over here, like, hey, just stop it.
it's the mom eye.
Stop running over here.
Right, but I really appreciate us taking this time because I rarely ever get to see
Oh, I
you,
know.
and if we do, it's like we're at a conference and
Yeah.
we're so busy that it's like, oh hey, hi, bye, how are you, gotta go,
Yeah.
so this has been really nice. And
Yes.
like I said, you really have been a mentor, and I really do appreciate the little nuggets of information that you give me, and just the encouragement, the motivation, to keep doing this
Yeah.
and the career, but
This.
this
Look
all,
at you.
yeah. So
You're on it.
oh,
You're on it.
I love it. I love you.
Thank
So
you. I love you too. Oh my god. Oh.
all right, you guys, thank you for sticking around for another interview. And if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. If not, I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.
Bye.